guys, and welcome to a kind of small Let's Tour, just to kind of go back and see what's going on with my older kind of medieval stuff. Because before doing the decorators, I actually learned tons and tons and tons, and I used tons of worlds as well to actually kind of practice and make sure that I was actually quite good. This world is actually a really old world from when I back started actually doing Minecraft, so there's a lot of kind of older style stuff. I'm basically just going to be flying around, just touring around this world and kind of showing you guys this stuff. I'm also trying out the new Zeus as well. So this one is, this is the 10.1 preview. So it's got stuff, quite some cool stuff. It's this weird fog as well. It's got that in there. So this is one of my first castles, at least my big castles. So you can see that it's got these kind of pretty plain walls. They are really, really simple. And most of the time they're kind of pretty straight. They do have to kind of go going down. Some of them go kind of diagonally. But in general, it's not as good. We've also got these kind of cool slits in here, which I'm guessing I used. Yeah, I used stairs on these. So I might use that on a castle design at some other point because they're more like the actual arrow holes. I've got these big gates. Pretty much it's just a walled kind of area around it, and then you've got the keep in the middle. But it's not amazing. I'm just going to have a quick look at this actually. That's not too bad actually. It's a kind of simple stable. You can see the kind of how far I've gone with this. But that's not too bad. It's a really nice design. There is going to be missing blocks as well because this was actually on a mod pack that I was building this. So you've got these weird lighting glitches like that. Quite a lot. I think there was hay or something like that, and when we didn't have hay in the actual game. Oh, this is a horrible building. Oh, it's burnt down, that's why. Okay, so this was a smithy, which I'm guessing is burnt down since I've actually started on the map. But again, it's a bit too simple. It's just got anvil and a couple. It's that, and you've got fire here. So that's a bit too simple. And then all we've got is kind of archery range. I'm not too keen on that, so I'm not too bothered about those. There's not really much you can take off those. I'm just going to see if there is some, kind of cool area. I quite like this when it has gone out and then back in again. And they've also got this middle bit here and the two towers. And I've got a feeling that there's nothing inside it. What I do remember actually doing this build is I made this kind of dungeony type place down here using moss stone. There we go, moss stone, and I think probably moss stone bricks to make a load of these kind of cells. So I might do some sort of dungeon, possibly on the decorators world actually, whenever I get around to the castle on that. And I remember doing this as well. This is basically a tunnel that goes to a kind of secret entrance, which is quite cool. I saw hit water, there we go, so I've hit water. I was going to put water all the way down there, I just forgot about it. This is kind of like a sewer entrance that then comes out here, which I think is pretty cool. It's kind of like a sneak thing to get into the keep or get into the castle. I just put under there. This tower as well, I kind of tried to make it fit in there. It doesn't really work there, I have to be honest with that. That's kind of a simple kind of older castle, and you can just see these walls are very, very thin. I actually make them pretty big these days, actually, a lot bigger than this, because you can add a lot more detail in, but overall that actually doesn't look too bad. The town is very, very simple. I just went with these stone brick and then wood. I'm not actually that keen on it at all, and I probably won't use it again. I was probably going to put some in here. And then these houses are just tiny, and really tiny, and they're all empty as well. But still, I think I quite like the actual cobblestone on the bottom and the wood as well. That doesn't look too bad. Interesting roof design as well. I haven't gone on the outside, but I've put slabs underneath that part. That's weird, but meh. Makes it look a little bit thicker. That's interesting though. That's a different roof style that I've forgotten, I guess. This one isn't too bad. Again, it's very, very small, so you got this nice little L shape. So I might use that cobblestone and wood for some poorer houses, possibly. Might be a good idea, and another one as well. So these are all, they're all tiny. So I wonder if I actually did anything with this. No, this is just another house. Yeah, this is where the kind of pathing with stone, brick and wood kind of goes wrong, where you go around corners and things. Doesn't look quite right. But yeah, these are all pretty boring houses. Let's have a look at the next kind of bit. I'll look at the church type thing first. I think this is my first type of church. This was really early on in Minecraft, because now what I do is I always put in the upside down stairs. I think it was from watching Madness 64. I started doing the normal style, but I actually prefer doing it with those stairs now. And this is missing a load of glass panes as well. This isn't too bad. Quite a nice little small church. Interesting top bit here, which doesn't really seem to do much. But actually, it's not too bad. It's not too bad for a kind of first attempt. And I really wasn't sure at all with these side bits here. I really wasn't sure how to actually go about them. Now what I'll do is I'll actually switch the roof going this way. But it's still a different kind of take on it, and I've again gone for this weird slab style down here. I've got this kind of tower. I don't know what this tower is. Maybe it was a bell tower. Possibly. I never really got that far with it. So let's have a look in here. This is just like a farmhouse, and it's got the same style as the other ones. It's a lot bigger though. Quite nice. And I've just got in here, yeah, I've got carrots and stuff. So I've got a couple of small farms in a nice little area, and then carrots and potatoes, there we go. So that's not too bad, and I'm guessing this one is pretty much the same. It might be the same house. I think it actually is the same house, yeah, or almost the same house. Yeah, it's almost the same house, just with wheat instead. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to travel down the road. This world is pretty small. This is actually the biggest kind of settlement I kind of started on. So I'm just going to travel down here, and I'll just speed up this part, and we will find another place. Okay, so here we are at the kind of Dwarven settlement. So because this was a modded kind of map, this was actually a biome that came naturally, but it does look damn cool. So I think if I ever make some really snowy areas on the Dakar Ages map, I think I'm going to do this with the stone, and then you've got the kind of ice, and then you've got snow. That looks really nice. I think it adds a lot more to it. So this is my first attempt at Dwarven stuff. I'll probably do Dwarven stuff on the Dakar Ages at some point. And this was just to try and get see if I could do the style. So it's quite interesting. There's a lot of kind of Dwarven stuff. There's a lot of these kind of straight edge shapes, as you can see kind of here, and it kind of goes up these kind of straight edge type things. At least that's what I've kind of gathered from it. I think I've just got a signal fire up here. Yeah, it's just a signal fire, so that's kind of similar ones to that. I've got this quite cool entrance as well. I quite like these towers. I might bring them out and bring them back and kind of change them again at some point, because I quite like how I'm getting tons of lag from this. I think it's the ice that's actually doing it. But going up here, and then it goes in, and then goes back out to this kind of circular bit. I quite like how it kind of joins them together, so I'll probably take inspiration from that. I don't really like the roof. And this was kind of like, I think this is a Dwarven something. I'm not that keen on it at all. But we'll have a quick look inside anyway. It's, oh Jesus Christ, it's tiny. Yeah, so I'm guessing this was like a Dwarven smelter or something like that. It's a bit of an odd shape, to be honest. That's quite interesting that I put the fire there. So I guess that's the one that, yeah, you can see it on the outside as well. That's interesting, at least. So yeah, that was my first kind of attempt at a kind of Dwarven building, and I don't like it at all. I can do a lot better now. So now what I'm going to do, let's go inside the kind of mountain. There's not really that much in here. You guys did see this quickly from the Dakar Ages, the trailer, but there's not too much to it. What I'm going to do is I'll switch shaders off, I think, because you can't really see the detail that I've put in, especially when we go into this just big cavern here. So I'll switch the shaders off now. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly have a look again, and the lag has gone now because the light and shadows aren't trying to go through the ice. But you can see these kind of towers. You can actually see the detail a lot nicer on here as well. So then here's the actual fortress, and this looks kind of quite cool. Or at least the fortress behind these big towers. So it's got these kind of pillars. I'm still keeping on with this kind of octagon style. It's kind of an elongated circle style. And I'm just going up here. I've got these kind of quite nice fire pit things here. I actually quite like those. I don't know why I pressed that. I quite like these, how they wrap around, actually go under. So I'll probably use those again as well. So if I just go through the actual gates, I've just used like the chiseled stone brick as a floor, and then use the normal stone brick, and I need to switch that out. So yeah, this is cool. This is a cool stairway. I don't know why I keep on pressing that, but goddamn thing. Got again these kind of circular bits with the actual fire in, and there's a really cool stairway. So I'm just going to go up this. Actually, this I quite like how it's kind of stepping forwards. And that just goes over to here, so you can actually overlook over this part like that. So yeah, let's just go into the actual kind of this, well, what would have been the city. I never got around to actually finishing it. This again was just an ideas thing, and you can see that I was just chipping out basically the wood. This was before the days of world editing, MG edit, or at least before I started using them. So I actually built this just massive circle type thing, and you can see this kind of cool square type things here, the actual style, and then it goes into this kind of circular dome. I just used plots for that, but all that really is this really cool stairway, and I kind of love this, how it works in with the rest of the actual kind of design. And again, I pressed the goddamn escape, but I like how the fire here, you got this kind of entrance here. You could actually just have an entrance going that way underneath this whole bit here if you wanted to, but I quite like this. I do like how the fires work as well, and they're just kind of in here. I like that, that's cool. You could probably do that with lava as well and actually have that dropping down. So I might actually just... I think that's what I had before then, possibly. I'm just going to grab some lava and see if that works with this design as well. This is just me messing around with one of my older ideas. There we go. Drop that down. Oh, right, okay, I see why I didn't do that. So what okay. So I think possibly if I have lava, I need stone brick slab. I'll need to put that in here and then have the lava in here. Hopefully that will actually drop down normally. This is just me trying out something a little bit different. See if that works in there. Yeah, that works in there. There we go. I'm just going to get rid of all this rubbish. So that also kind of works. I actually prefer the fire now, but yeah, so I like this stairway and how it all works. I've just got these kind of entrances that you can't really see anything of, and they go to absolutely nowhere, but I was going to have steps going down into this big cavern. So possibly when I go to the Dwarven thing, I definitely will use the stair kind of style, and I'll probably have a look at the other stuff. I'm just going to have a quick look around the world to have a look if there, and see if there is anything else. I know that there's a kind of... I started on a kind of elvish style one, but it didn't get very far, and because of the mods that I was actually using, it probably won't be there kind of properly anymore. The trees would have disappeared, but let's just fly over there. So you can already see here that there was, I think it was Tekit that I must have made this on. I think there was a volcano here, judging by the amount of kind of dark area that's missing and everything. There was some very, very tall trees. There we go. So now it's starting to load bits of it, and it was using the Twilight Forest mod. That's what I remember now. I actually had the trees and then all being joined together. Unfortunately, the trees are gone. But I did have these really cool walkways going across, and then this is the tree that I was working on. As you can see, I haven't really got that far at all. It's just got a couple of stuff, and you can see we're building these kind of branches. But all of these branches, you can actually go inside. So I was thinking of actually having like rooms and things like that on the actual tree like that, and then having houses for this kind of Dwarven thing, not Dwarven thing, Elvish thing. You can see even more, I think that's extra biomes or something like that, or biomes of plenty or something like that with massive trees, and obviously they've all gone now, which is a bit of a shame. What I'll do is I'll just drop into this kind of area that we've got here. There's not really too much to it except these kind of starting to get these branches and getting around here. That's the kind of tree that I was working on. I'm not really that sure on it at all. It looks okay though. Doesn't look bad, but I can do better now quite easily. It looks a bit too uniform. It just goes straight up. And the only other thing is this wall here, which I think is very, very heavily made out of mossy stone brick, but it's got this kind of interesting front bit with these parts actually jutting out so that you can actually get arches on these walls here. I believe as well, if I go up to the top part, yeah, they've got this kind of bit going through here which goes up. We've got this kind of view area, but you can't see anything, but you can see kind of quite far at least. That's quite interesting, and if I show you guys that from the outside, I think it actually looks quite hidden. Oh, kind of, yeah, now that you can see it, it doesn't that much, but still. That's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure that that's it for the actual world. I'm going to have a quick fly around still. So if I find anything else on this world, then I will obviously record it. So I'll just have a quick look now. So I've actually found this kind of little area here, so I've just turned shaders back on. I actually forgot for the entire Elven area to actually put shaders on, but it doesn't really matter, you guys can get a normal look at it. I believe that this area was it was going to be like a Hobbit area, because it had this kind of really nice lake over there, so I was going to build like a load of things in these hills, and I have no idea how far I got with this, but there's spawners in here. Okay, well, I'm guessing I didn't get very far at all, or I just wanted to spawn a load of stuff to kill it. I think all I did really with this is just build these little houses. So I've got these nice little windows, so I might do kind of like a Hobbit area maybe. They're not really my favourite kind of medieval, well not really medieval, but fantasy stuff type creatures. But yeah, so I was starting on that, I guess. And I think that's all I did, but it's quite nice how these are actually quite hidden, except for this one here, this box here. We can just do that. It's my OCD kind of come up, but I just had a wooden entrance going into there, and there's probably a window there. Yes, they're quite hidden, but that was it. I think that was my only attempt at Hobbit stuff, and I didn't really go any further than that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video on just kind of a quick tour of the kind of stuff that I've done before, to kind of prepare myself for the decorators, and also a couple more ideas, though there isn't that much from this, as I've kind of improved a lot since these days. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this kind of special kind of video, and I will see you guys on the next episode.